Hello and welcome to day 8 of the Beer Jerk Advent Calendar Drink Along. He's Joe.
And he's Luke.
And today we are drinking Cosmic Juice from Goodland, which is a Pacific IPA.
Tell us about that.
What is a Pacific IPA? It is an IPA that's made with Australian or New Zealand hops, basically. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's what I always thought it was, and actually did just look it up, and that's what it says. So feeling pretty confident in saying that. So a Pacific IPA, and it's made with a bunch of delicious Australian hops. But first of all, Goodland. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers.
That's a sweet Goodland koozie you've got there.
Yeah, I love it.
Nice bit of merch. Goodland have sent us a couple of little bits of merch. We've got some beanies from them and some bits and pieces. So watch this space to find out your chance to get your hands on some. But yeah, Goodland are down in Gippsland, right?
Yeah, in a little town called Traralgon.
Hey guys, I'm Jimmy from Goodland Brewing. We're based in Traralgon, Victoria in Australia. And you guys today are going to be drinking our Cosmic Juice Pacific IPA. We've brewed this guy with Galaxy hops and Aussie Cascade hops. Pours with just a touch of haze, just for that classic Pacific Ale look. Expect notes of mango, citrus and orange. Cheers guys.
Traralgon, Joe.
Yeah, 2 hours east of Melbourne by car. Pretty remote, but yeah.
Yeah, we first came across Goodland about this time last year. Well, a little bit before we ordered. So as you know, we love Sailor's Grave and love getting beers from those guys down in Gippsland. And they did a collaboration with Goodland. So we were speaking to Chris there about how they were their one of their nearest breweries. So then we looked at a map and it's not actually close at all, is it? So.
No, I think Goodland to Sailor's Grave might be a 4-hour drive, possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Sailor's Grave are insanely remote.
It's a pretty remote part of a very large country, well, continent. So yeah, Gippsland is a beautiful farming region in the deep south. But yeah, there probably wasn't much good beer around there before these guys popped up.
No, probably not. I know when I was talking to Jimmy, who's the sort of brewer and owner at Goodland, he was telling me that they've managed to sort of take off with their own brew pub in the area, and now they're sort of gaining traction, replacing some of those macro, maybe 4X and things like that in their local area. So clearly they're making amazing beer, and their local customers are sort of going into their pubs and asking for Goodland, which is great to hear.
Yeah, it's fantastic when you hear about a region that's just full of, Tuis and just all the sort of, generic macro lagers, that when a little local contender turns up making beer that's really good, that people are into it, unlike many places that are just saturated markets. So yeah, Jimmy is a very, very good brewer, clearly. You'll be drinking this along with us, so you'll have an idea of that. So he's worked in Britain previously brewing, but before that in the Netherlands at a little brewery called De Molen, which you have probably heard of as one of the most exciting breweries in the world, really. De Molen meaning windmill. So he probably picked up a thing or two there, bring some good beers. And yes, the beer that we had last year from them that they made with Sailor's Grave was quite an inspirational beer. That was a dark rye saison with some grapefruit, and that definitely sparked up an idea for a small gods brew that we made, the Jupiter's Veil, which was definitely in that sort of rye saison world. And yeah, the few beers that I've had from Goodland have been really good.
Yeah, they do some really interesting sort of cool stuff. They did another collab with Sailor's Grave that I was kind of had my eye on for the calendar. That was a Belgian dark saison with licorice root. So it would have been cool to have that, but unfortunately, quite a small brewery, limited scale, so didn't quite have enough of that one left. But this one was nice and fresh.
Yeah.
So we got a good allocation of the batch for this one.
And the artwork's always cool on their cans.
Yeah, amazing artwork. I actually asked Jimmy about it. I said, is it scans or what? And he said his sister, Lucy, her name, hand paints all of their artwork on canvas, and then they scan that and apply it to labels.
Yeah, really cool.
So yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah,
every single one.
Beautiful, organic.
Yeah, he said the only one his sister didn't do, his 3-year-old daughter did.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's quite cool. I think it was a celebration sort of Kolsch. But yeah.
I need to find out which one what that is and check out the artwork.
Yeah, probably better than me.
So yeah, Pacific IPA, as we've learned about, is an IPA with Pacific hops. So we drink a lot of them here in New Zealand, unknowing, because they're just marketed as New Zealand IPAs. So yeah, what is a name, I suppose. But this is Galaxy, that really famous Australian hop. So if you really like superstar Aussie hops, and there's like Ella as well, which is a major one, but Galaxy is the one that you likely have heard of. And also Australian Cascade.
Yeah, that's interesting because Cascade usually sort of associated with that big grapefruity citrus in the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, grown in Aussie, slight kind of floral character I'm picking up. Not sure
Yeah.
if that's probably from the Cascade, I would say.
Yes, as we're always talking about, terroir is so important with growing hops, and you grow hops in different places, and they taste different. So, yeah, Cascade that we know and love for being a big citrus, and you definitely are getting some like some grapefruit notes to this, but there's also some just interesting sort of like sort of woody spice. But yeah, you're right, floral.
Yeah, slight sort of spice character. And yeah, I mean, hidden behind the huge sort of peach, passion fruit, mango
Yeah, and that's what
bomb
people.
that the Galaxy gives you.
Yeah, and that's what people love from Galaxy. That's sort of why it's got so highly regarded. And Galaxy is fantastic. You're seeing a lot of hazy IPAs as well, just because of the sort of peach and tropical characters. Just works so nicely for it.
Lovely beer.
But pretty smashable beer. Really lovely like malt base, which
Yeah.
you just read about, hey?
Yeah, I was talking to Jimmy and he mentioned schooner malt. And I thought, what on earth could that be? So I Googled it, and it's pretty much a speciality malt developed in Australia for summer ales
Yeah.
and sort of XPA type beers. So just, where maybe we have certain malts over here that are brewed for popular Kiwi styles, they've developed that over there. So lovely light base, good bit of body. There's a mix of sort of oats and wheat in there as well. So it's not just super dry, and super sessionable. I think it's 5.8 maybe? 5 point something percent.
Yeah.
Lovely for this weather.
Pretty good IPA. But yeah, schooner being the what Australians call a beer glass. So if you've been to Australia, you know that you can get like a pot and a schooner.
Yeah, pots, schooners, pints, I think they do over there.
Yeah, which are sort of different sizes. So
Yeah.
it's kind of in the name schooner malt. It's designed for beers you smash by the schooner. It's more easygoing, and like we spoke about a little bit the other day. It's just really cool in Australia that you have these middies, these sort of mid-strength beers, and the XPAs are so big there, and just these beers that are just super hoppy but super light-bodied and just really smashable to be drunk on a day like today. So good work scheduling this beer for today, Joe.
Yeah, I got it right this time.
yeah. Not so much a couple of days ago.
No.
When it was pissing down. But yeah, it's a gorgeous day. So yeah, we'll definitely can cheers and say thank you to our Australian cousins for doing a beautiful drinkable beer. I hope wherever you are in New Zealand, you're also going to be drinking it in the sunshine. And we're sat here at the glamorous Fridge and Flagon, which is our beer jug warehouse bar in Eden Terrace in the middle of Auckland. The bar's only open on Fridays and Saturdays from 12 o'clock. So if you finish this and feel like getting another beer, pop down and see us. If for some reason you're watching these videos and you're actually not drinking along with the advent calendar, some of these beers we have more of that you can also find here at the Fridge and Flagon. So as I say, kind of a weird thing to do to be watching and not drinking along, but thank you for joining us. Maybe just really into listening to Joe and me have a chat. But if you do want to drink this beer and you do not currently have it in your fridge or in your hand, pop down to the Fridge and Flagon this afternoon or tomorrow, and Lucy may be able to hook you up with a tin or two of it. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers.
Cheers to Goodland.